at my bayit, my house, and I invited Nermina and Amir. Amir, come say hello. And Amir to my house. And
hope everybody's doing well.
We hope everyone's doing well.
And what do you guys see here?
This is a Passover table.
The Passover table is
like a princess dressed in white. She wears a crown of jewel candles on Passover night. And don't forget, the way we say Passover in Hebrew is Pesach. And on our table, we have some beautiful parach, which are flowers in English.
We have
two Kiddush cups. One Kiddush cup is for you to drink juice or wine out of, and the other Kiddush cup, Nermina, go ahead, is for Elijah. When he comes to the Seder,
special guest,
he would drink out of that. And we have our beautiful candles, because we always like candles on Pesach.
Here we have a Passover Seder plate.
Yes, we do. And this one came, by the way, all the way from the land of Israel. Can you see it? And right in the middle in Hebrew, it says Pesach. And some of the things that are on the Seder plate, this is the horseradish.
Horseradish, does it remind us
how bitter slavery is. Yeah. And this is what?
Parsley.
And we dip that in salt water to remind us
of our tears when we were slaves.
And this is our bitter herb that we also dip in salt water. And it also reminds us of how terrible it was to be slaves.
Yeah, how life was hard.
And Nermina, this is a lamb bone.
A lamb bone.
And we have this on our Seder plate because remember how Moses told the Jewish people to mark their doorposts with the blood of a lamb? So this reminds us. And then this is harosed. And this is like the bricks that the Jewish people made to build the cities. And then this is
egg that reminds us of a new life.
That's right, new beginnings.
New beginning.
And so those things are all on our Seder table because of the story of Passover. And Nermina and I thought we would tell the story of Passover. I'm going to stand over here, make it easier for our videographer. So Nermina, a long time ago
in Egypt,
there lived
a mean king named Pharaoh.
Boo, Pharaoh! Boo! And Pharaoh did Pharaoh like the Jewish people, Nermina?
No, he did not. He made them slaves.
And what does it mean to be a slave?
Does anybody know what slave means?
I think it means that you have us work really hard. Like for example, if I was a slave, what would Pharaoh say to me?
So build a city for me. Bang, bang your hammer. Dig the hole. Carry the heavy bricks. And no break. No food.
Can I have some water?
No.
I'm hungry.
Work. Every day and
every night.
For this work.
From the dawn until the light.
No break.
Can I go to sleep now?
No, you can't. You're not done. Work for me. That's what slave means. And no pay, no food, no break at all.
And you know, one day, Pharaoh, well, not one day, Pharaoh said, no more Jewish children.
No more Jewish children.
We're going to make them go away.
Make them go away.
So Pharaoh say that.
Go away. Take all the children, Jewish children, and take them away.
And there was a mommy, and she was such a nice mommy. She was a Jewish lady, and her name was Yocheved, and she had a little baby boy. And oh, here's the mommy. She's so cute. And does she have a little, and a little baby. She had a little baby, and she loved him, and she had a daughter too, whose name was Miriam. So the mommy was Yocheved, and she had a daughter named Miriam and a little baby. And she said to Miriam, take this baby, and let's put him in a little basket. And can we put the River Nile out, Nermina? And I want you to put him on the river Nile in a basket and float him down the river. And I want you to hide behind a bush and watch him float down the river. And she did. Miriam did that. And soon the baby came to a palace. And there was a lady outside bathing. And the lady heard the baby cry. And she waded out and she took him out of the water. And she said, I'm going to name this baby
Moses.
and I'm going to raise him as my
own child.
And I'm naming him Moses because that means out of the water. And so the baby grew up with the princess and with Pharaoh in the palace, in Pharaoh's palace. And he grew to be a man. And here he is as a man.
Oh, you have a pup.
Yeah. And he saw how the Jewish people were being treated. And he said, Pharaoh, I don't like the way the Jewish people are being treated. And Pharaoh said,
I don't care. They have to work for me. I need them to build cities and palaces.
I don't think that's right. I'm getting really mad. I don't want you to do that,
You
Pharaoh.
know what, Moses? Take your stuff and leave the Egypt.
And so Moses left Egypt and he went out into the desert. And while he was in the desert, he heard a voice go like this. Moses.
Moses.
And Moses said, who is that? And he heard it again.
Moses. Moses.
And he looked up, and do you know what he saw? He saw a bush that was burning, and he climbed to the top of the mountain where the bush was. And the bush was burning, but it wasn't turning to ash. And he said, who is this? And the bush said, it is I, the Lord your God. Take off your shoes. You're on holy ground and bow down to me. And Moses did. And you know what God said? He said, Moses, tell Pharaoh, please go tell Pharaoh to, can everybody sing it with me? Let my people go. And Moses went back to Egypt. And he went to go see Pharaoh. And he said, hello, Pharaoh.
Hello, Moses. What are you doing in my land?
Well, Pharaoh, I talked to the one true God because you know what? The Egyptian people believed in lots of gods. They had a God for the sun, and a God for the moon, and a God for flowers and grass and water. But Moses only believed in one God because he was Jewish. And he said, Pharaoh, the one God says, let my people go.
And you know what Pharaoh said? He said, no, no, no.
I will not let them go. No, no, no. I will not let them go.
I need them.
And Moses said, well, you know what? You're going to be sorry. And he held up a mighty staff and he dipped it into the river Nile, and suddenly the Nile water turned to blood. And all the Egyptian people said, oh no!
What are we going to drink? Where are we going to wash our bodies? What are we going to do?
And Pharaoh said, it's a big deal. I could do that.
Please. No big deal. Keep working.
And so, the next day, Moses came back and he said, Pharaoh, I need you to let my people go.
Moses, no, no, no. I will not let them go. No, no, no. I will not let them go.
Oh, Pharaoh, you are going to be sorry. And all of a sudden, there were frogs across the land. Not just one frog, not just 8 frogs like you see here, but millions and zillions of frogs like a carpet moving. And people didn't like it. One morning when Pharaoh woke up in his bed, there
was frogs on his head,
and frogs on his toes, frogs on his nose, frogs on his nose, frogs here, frogs there, frogs were jumping everywhere. And still, Pharaoh said, I am not going to let your people go. And so, every day,
something bad.
Moses came back and brought another plague. And sometimes Pharaoh would say, maybe.
You know what? Maybe I'll think about it to let you go.
And then he changed his mind.
And then, of course, he's like, no, I changed my mind. Nobody's going anywhere. I need everybody to work for me, build cities.
And they did. The Jewish people were so unhappy and so miserable. And one day, there were dead cows because the plague was that God had all the cows die because and then there was nothing for the Egyptians to eat. And one day there was wild beasts. Show the wild beasts, please, videographer. There were wild beasts roaming the land.
And bugs.
And bugs and lice. And then a big one was one day there was hail that fell from the sky. Big balls of ice that fell from the sky and turned to fire on the ground. And the Egyptian people were scared. And the Jewish people were tired of being slaves in Egypt. And still Pharaoh said,
No, I will not let them go. No, I will not let them go.
And then the next day, Moses said, let my people go. And Pharaoh said no again. And God brought darkness. Not just darkness, like nighttime darkness in your room, but complete darkness. Cover your eyes. Like complete and total darkness so they couldn't see. And that was really scary.
Oh.
And still Pharaoh was like, no way.
Nope.
And then Moses said, please, Pharaoh, please
No,
say
Moses.
yes.
No, Moses. No.
This next plague is going to be a doozy. You're going to wish, Pharaoh, that you had said yes on this next one. And the next day, well, first Moses ran around to all of the Jewish people's houses. Those wild beasts, quiet. They ran around to all the Jewish people's houses and they marked the Jewish people's doorposts with blood so that the angel would know to pass over them. That's how we get the name Passover. Moses finally came to Pharaoh and said, Pharaoh, please, will you now let my people go?
Fine. Take your people and leave the Egypt.
And that's what Moses did. He ran back to the Jewish people and he said, Jewish people, pack up your stuff and let's get out of here. And they said, well, what will we eat?
What are we gonna bring for food? There's no time.
And Moses said, make a matzah flat, flat, flat. Do not make it fat, fat, fat. And they all marched out of Egypt. They got
march.
marching out of Egypt.
March.
Marching out of Egypt. And they came to the Red Sea. And it was very beautiful, the sea. It's still beautiful. It's still there. And all the people said,
how are we going to cross this Red Sea?
And Moses said, God did not bring us this far.
He's going to save us.
He's going to save us. And he held up his staff, and the sea
You know what happened?
parted. Whoops. And the sea parted like this.
Let's see. It's a miracle.
And all the people crossed. And
March,
they came to the other side.
And they were
So
free
happy
and happy.
that they sang a song
and dance.
and they danced.
Yeah.
Die, die, hey, do, die, die, hey, do, die, die, hey, do, die, hey, do, die, hey, do.
Yeah.
And we hope you enjoy Pesach with your mishpacha and your bayit, with your families and your houses.
Happy Passover.
We love
Stay
you.
safe.
Bye.